What's up guys, it's Drifts and Lifts here. Alright, so today's episode guys, we have a really exciting one for you. As you can see, we are at Post-Haste Performance here in Chilliwack, BC. We got the panel wagon back on the dyno for like the 20th time in the last couple of years. The last time we had it on the dyno, we were right about to make some pretty big horsepower numbers and the clutch started to slip. So since then, we've installed our BMW ZF transmission with a 6-putt clutch. So I'll show you guys that real quick. If I hop in here. So yeah, BMW ZF 5-speed transmission, all welded up to the red block bell housing. So yeah, this thing is super nice and tight. It's really nice, really solid shifts. It's got a really notchy shifter feel. So obviously I haven't driven it yet, but I'm really excited to. This is gonna be sweet. So this transmission is able to hold like a lot of power. There's, you know, this thing will be good for like 500, 600, 700 horsepower. These transmissions, I know guys run a lot of power through them with no issues. So Dan here at Post-Haste is going to be finishing the Ethanol Tune on this car. So last time we had it on the dyno, we did the pump gas tune. That went okay. It made like 240 wheel horsepower and like 220 wheel torque around there. We'll show you guys the graphs after once we're done, but when we got onto the Ethanol Tune last time, we made right around 390 foot-pounds and the clutch started to slip. So we kind of called her quits there. We didn't do any more runs on it, and ever since then we've been collecting parts and getting our BMW transmission in. So now that we got that guys, we're gonna run it up on the dyno and we're gonna see some pretty sick numbers. Alrighty guys, so a couple hits in and already we're running into some mechanical limitations of our parts. So on the last hit that we just did, the max horsepower hit, I told Dan to throw it all in, and it actually started to lift the head. So we got a bit of coolant pressurized. The head's fine still, we think, and the head gasket, but just on that one hit, it lifted the head a little bit, and we got some combustion into the coolant system. So we're gonna have to dial it back. Another thing is our fuel pump. The AEM 320 liter fuel pump is running out of steam. So we're gonna have to dial it back to like a safe kind of range so I can actually rip on the thing and go to drift events in it. But it seems the limitation is our fuel pump and the stock head studs and head gasket right now. So if I wanna go up into the 400 horsepower range, 400 torque, 450 torque like we just did there, I'm gonna have to get a better head gasket, a set of head studs, as well as a better fuel pump. So, but we're gonna dial it back and make sure it's all reliable, and then I'm gonna be able to take this car for a nice rip and, you know, drive it around and film some really cool videos for you guys. So I'm super excited. We're gonna let Dan finish his, you know, work his magic on it, make the tune all good, and yeah, we should be able to take it for a little rip around the block today also. All right, so the results are in. Panel wagon is tuned, ready to go. Motor didn't blow up. Motor's still good to go. All right, so here is the graph of our like max power run that we did. So fuel pressure was dropping off quite a bit during this run, and we had to compensate with more injector. But as you can see here, these are the power numbers that this engine has potential of making on the regular once I get head studs and a new fuel pump in it. So 456 foot-pounds of torque at roughly like 4,300 RPM, basically right when boost hits max. And then 437 wheel horsepower. at like 5,500 RPM, so it comes in super early. This is on 32 pounds of boost. And as you guys can see, this graph is kind of wavy. So the head was actually lifting on this run. Yeah, this was like the really sketchy run. It wasn't really knocking. It wasn't detonation was not the issue here. Just basically running out of fuel pump and head stud strength more or less. So stock head bolts, I guess this is pretty much a good example of what a stock head gasket and stock head bolts on one of these engines can hold. Being the high compression setup, you know, it's pretty hard on that stuff, but it's safe to say that you can make 400 wheel horsepower on factory head bolts and gasket if you torque them properly and have a nice smooth surface. So pretty sweet, but this is just a crazy torque number, like 450 foot-pounds to the tire. Dan's dyno is, you know, it doesn't read the highest compared to some dynos around here. Like any dyno jet will definitely read higher than this. So this is easily like, you know, you could say it's a 500 horsepower Volvo for sure. So I'm really happy with it, guys. This is gonna be really sick. So I'm gonna hold off driving it for today, and I'm gonna take it for another proper rip in the next video, so I can really rip on it for you guys. I'll hook up the GoPro, we'll go on a nice test drive. I'll give you guys my, you know, initial thoughts on how the car feels and that kind of thing. So overall, guys, yeah, super exciting. So big shout out to Post Haste Performance. This is the tuning shop that does all the work on all my cars. I've gotten like tons of cars tuned by Dan here at Post Haste now, so it's always great. He always does a great job. Dan is super knowledgeable at what he does. He's been doing it for a long time. So if you guys have any performance stuff you guys want tuned, this is a do-it-all shop. They'll build you a car from scratch, build a motor from scratch. They also have an engine dyno that they can dyno engines on and then put them in cars and that kind of thing. So shout out to Post Haste, man. Check them out. Link to their website is in the description of this video. So I'm gonna leave you guys there for today. So thanks for watching the video. Hope that was pretty entertaining just to see kind of what numbers this car made. The clutch is holding in on our ZF transmission. So last time we had our spec clutch with a organic clutch disc, and we're actually running the same pressure plate as before, just with an eBay 6-puck disc, and it seemed to make all the difference as far as holding force on this clutch. So we weren't slipping the clutch at 456 foot-pounds of torque to the tire. Not sure how far past that we'll be able to push it, but it's safe at that. So I don't see us making any more power than that for the near future. You know, we'd have to fully revamp the setup. In the near future though, guys, I want to buy some new head studs for it. So I'll get some ARP head studs so we don't lift this head. And also I'm going to be buying a new fuel pump. So we're gonna upgrade the fuel pump in the tank so we aren't limited by our fuel supply in this setup. And yeah, but if you guys want to help out and you know, so I can afford these kind of things and keep on modifying the panel wagon, keep on improving it, check out the Drifts and Lifts store and cop one of our epic Volvo Drift hoodies. I still have a ton of these sitting at my house right now, so you know, I have to sell them all before I can get new designs going for you guys. So if you want to support the channel, great way to do it. Check out the Drifts and Lifts store. We also have got red block beanies, and we also have a 7-sticker pack with all the original Drifts and Lifts beer logos. So yeah, check out the store. Like and subscribe for cold hard Volvo nipples. Peace out.